It's the Remarkable Results Radio community and the Town Hall Academy episode 85, week 85. We've been doing this. And, we're servicing the dedicated aftermarket with this incredible, remarkable resource. Today, 21 tips on getting an edge over your competition. Everybody bring up your fingers, part 3. And all of these guys were with me in part 1, part 2, and now part 3. Over the last year, we've been able to pull off 3 of these. And just so welcome to this summit for the Forever Aftermarket Student. Hey, I really want to thank Jasper for pulling this thing off for us today and continuing to make this a free service in the aftermarket. Performance and reliability, that's what Jasper's remanufactured diesel engines provide mile after mile. Jasper's running complete engines are dynamometer tested with horsepower and torque ratings recorded. There's a nationwide warranty included too. Talk about dependable service. Thanks, Jasper. And don't forget, fleets are keeping their vehicles longer and longer. So what a great product and a great company to work with for your fleets. Well, welcome everyone. Who's my panel here? Oh God, my California group here. Love my California group. Todd Westerland, CEO of Kukui. Welcome back, Todd.
Thank you for having me.
Jeremy O'Neill, Freedom Automotive, Hesperia, California, president of and sales leader for Advisor Fix, and currently today in Florida.
Yep.
Hey, Jeremy. And Mark Goldsmith, Mark's Independent Service in Chatsworth, California. Hey, welcome everyone. Great to have you here. And I'm glad you came back for part 3. We really had a blast. Listen, these tech tips were one of the highest listened to podcasts in the entire library. And there's so much to learn from them. So let's start. Todd, let's hammer it home. Let's take tip number 1 for today.
Let's tear into it. We got a lot to cover here. And the first one I would say is look at making your techs, essentially you could say everybody in the company, let's just focus on techs, making them a referral source. And a lot of times I think back at my days as a tech, and they would say, I think we got $100, or maybe there's like a little $20 gift card or something we got if we, referred somebody that spent, say X amount. And, the issue with that was a lot of times I was out and we just didn't get a big return on it. So I'd hear some shop owners go, it can't be done. No, it can't be done. Well, what if you told that same technician, I'll give you $1 million if you refer somebody? Guess what? You're going to get a ton. So it can be done. You just have to adjust that kind of promotion there. So when I was looking at kind of the researching tip 1 here, there is Cancun trips right now for $589, all inclusive. I don't think the flight was included, but still. And I thought, if I was a technician and I was working with 6 other folks and I got 1 extra week in it, this Cancun trip, and you can make the numbers work out, figure out how much it would take to pay for the trip, pay for the tech's time off. Could we get them all? And us techs were kind of a little competitive, So I'd be going to Jeremy like, just slid into 19. Looks like I'm going to Cancun. And Jeremy would be going, I'm at 15 right now, but you better look out for the sandbag coming. And could work. So
it's a great idea. Referral. The networks are big inside of our own worlds. It's a great idea. Referral network. Techs. Love it. Thank you for that one, Todd. Jeremy, what's up?
Yes. Hey, so to piggyback that, look at walk around marketing on tip 1. Man, if you have 6 techs going out to lunch every day and they all ask the person that takes their money, hey, how's your car running? And each one of them brings a car back, we might have to expand the business. So hey, it's just that's 1A for you guys right there, walk around marketing. Make sure everybody has their business cards. Hey, tip 2 for me is the fortune is in the follow-up. And understand this, we spend a ton of money marketing to get the phone to ring, to get customers to come to our shop. What I've discovered through service advisor coaching and training is this. Service advisors will have a mental block where they get busy. We're reacting all day long. So a customer calls and says, hey, how much for X, Y, and Z? Mr. Customer, I'm a little tied up right now. Let me do this. Let me get your information. I'll call you right back. We never call people right back. So the challenge is this. Have a lead sheet. Make sure you're tracking your leads and understand that your fortune is in your follow-up and follow up with people. I called a customer the other day just out of the blue. I was at the airport, as is actually yesterday, and I said, hey, I need to call John Dugan. Called him up. Hey, John, how's the vehicle running? Oh, we're getting ready to go camping. We need to bring it in. It turned into a $2,500 sale simply by making that quick follow-up phone call. So your fortune lies where? In your follow-up. Make sure you are following up and get it systematized so you can actually do it.
Thanks, Jeremy. Mark, I love this next tip.
Yeah, first of all, and Jeremy, you're absolutely right about the follow-up calls. We get a lot of return cars when we call all our customers back, see how they're doing, say, hey, like the same thing, we're going on a trip, I'm going to bring it back in to do the extra work that we had it done. And it really helps a lot to keep the shop going. That is very true. And every service writer should do that, and every owner should take time and call their customers too, if they have that kind of time, which I do every Tuesday morning. Or Thursday morning is my homework day. But that's
okay. Let me stop for a moment and really nail that one. When you pick a certain day, okay, just to let you know, I was in chaos land building the podcast, taking any possible day of the week at any time to do recordings. And I just decided Tuesday was the day. Well, it really helped, get me focused and get it to work for me. I got a lot more production out of it. So I love your tip, Mark. If your day's Thursday for follow-up and follow-through and phone calls, it's your discipline. Wednesday night when you put the head on the pillow, what day tomorrow is.
Yes, that's perfect. Okay, we've gone paperless invoices and estimates. It's been working really good. It was really hard to get used to, and we're still working on it. But I tell you, it streamlines a lot of time. Takes a lot of time away. Customers are loving it. Just emailing everybody, because that's the new thing. You email it to people. They don't want to. They take that piece of paper, they throw it in the car, they never look at it again. Mm-hmm. So we do with all the new customers we are giving paper to, but now since they did pass that regulation yesterday, so now we're 100% legal. So they can sign the tablet and it's legal. So it really helps a lot. It does help a lot.
That's great news, by the way. It was approved yesterday in California, electronic estimates and invoices. Yeah. Am I right? And yes. How exciting for California! Such a big automotive aftermarket market for us out there. Thank you.
Oh man, that means I've been uncompliant for the last 18 months.
Wow, I'd be too.
You're in Hesperia. You're up in the desert. They don't know you exist up there.
I'm in trouble.
Here's the point. One of the points that I loved in Mark's tip about paperless invoices and estimates, that it really goes to, and why would it be a tip to be electronic and DVI and all that compliant? I mean, so Todd, what is it? 10% of the industry is moving in that direction, and there's so much upside, and we can't hammer it home enough.
Yeah. Well, it's growing quite a bit. So
Carmen,
all in the education. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I can't hold my tongue back on this. It's the consumers that are driving it. The way that we buy as a society has shifted. And I love our industry, but at the same time, I want to smack it upside the head, because there's so many shops that are still using technology that was built in 1980. And it's time. Consumers are demanding a different sales process. They don't want to be sold the same way we've been selling for the last 20 to 30 years. It is absolutely time to deliver on demand. Get rid of the telephone. Let your systems do things right. There will be a day where my phone doesn't ring my shop, and I will be so happy because the cash will just pour in automatically. So the consumers are driving a car. And I think, Mark, I applaud you. And going back to that tip real quick, you are going to get 2 steps forward, 5 back, but keep pushing, because you've got to push through it. Consumers are demanding it today.
They love it when I come out with an iPad to their car. When we take pictures, they're extremely, this is great. They love it. It really helps a lot. And the trust comes in there, right there, when they have all that done there. It really helps.
So right now, everyone, it's a competitive advantage. And if you don't get on board, it'll be a competitive disadvantage someday. Mm-hmm. Jeremy, developing the best auto repair team you can have for your money.
Yeah, so right now, what I'm looking at is it's all about your technical team. Okay, so let's talk about automotive repair and technicians. So what I'm talking about is and this is what I found at Freedom Auto Repair. We've struggled recently with fixing cars right. I have a postcard I send out to customers say, Freedom Auto Repair, we fix it right the first time. I've had a couple come back where the customer crossed out first and put third or fourth, right, as a joke. But I take that to heart because our job is to fix the car right the first time. Now, the next 5 years, our competitive advantage is going to be the shop. If you're in general automotive, you have to be able to fix the cars that you touch right the first time, and your profit is going to be driven from the speed of service, speed of diagnostic, getting to the root cause analysis faster. So right now, I've taken 50% of my time and I'm segmenting it to developing my technical team. We're doing in-house lunch trainings. We're doing morning meetings. I'm taking, when I go to these conferences, I borrow workbooks. Sorry, Rob Morell, if you're wondering where all the books went from the last conference, they're at my shop. Because there's knowledge there now, the application of it. We do case studies each week. I make each one of my technicians do a case study. What did you find? How did you come up with this root cause analysis? Teach us, train us. We're all in this together. And guess what? They know we now have an accountability report, and if your comeback ratio from your cause of not following our process is higher than 5%, you're out. I'm bringing somebody else in. I am not pulling down my technician ad. I'm going to keep recruiting technicians, and if I can put a better player on the field, I'm going to do that. I'm sorry, it's cold-hearted, but when I walk across the property line at my shop, my heart stays on the sidewalk, and it's business. And I've got to put that team together right now. Everybody deserves it. So it's all about building the best technical team you can. And I guarantee you, if you do, you will make millions in the next 10 years in this industry. If you don't, you might be out of business. That's the threshold that we have right now. So get in, make it work, get the best team possible, or get out. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my gosh, I've silenced everybody.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys. Have a great day. I'll see y'all later.
We're still absorbing what you said. We're still making it into something.
Well, Jeremy, you're absolutely right. I've gone through 2 technicians in 6 weeks. And
I'm not the only one. Thank you, Mark. High five.
And I actually got another one coming on this next Monday starting, another technician. These last two technicians were master techs.
Wow.
I don't know. I guess they can pass tests. That's all I could figure. So,
and it's not just the independent world that's struggling. The dealerships are struggling. Mark, that Volvo we did the transmission on, I bought it from Volvo. I towed it down 45 miles to have Volvo program it. I get a call the next day. Guess what the service writer says? We can't program the new TCM in this thing. And I'm like, okay, so what do you do? He says, well, it's going to be about 3 weeks. I got to have the rep come out, verify it's bad, then we can submit for a warranty claim and get the new TCM. I'm like, the customer's not going to be out of the car for 3 weeks. I said, hey, go to your parts number. You have the old one there. Pull it off of the core. They use the old TCM on it. So it is tough. We're in a very challenging market, but it's not just limited to our industry, just our realm. The dealerships are struggling too. So.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed. Yeah.
Great, guys. Thanks. Jeremy, we talk on the show a lot about raising labor rates. So many guests have come on and, says, hey, what's the biggest thing you've done this year? Raising my labor rates twice. And we hear it a lot. Why would it be a tip today?
Okay. Freedom Auto Repair, January 2nd, 2017. To today, our labor rate has increased 73%. I've increased my labor rate 73% in the last 20 months. I'm more conservative on parts pricing. The part is a commodity. If I sell you a water pump, it is a commodity. 85% of consumers will check pricing sometime before the authorization or after the authorization. What I'm finding on our case studies is shops that have a super high GP on parts, they're starting to lose the customer attrition battle, meaning, yes, they're banging out some big sales. Long term, it's unwinding because half of their customers are checking pricing after the transaction and they feel that you overcharge them for the commodity. However, my labor is a specialized labor force that has specialized knowledge, skill, and expertise that you cannot duplicate anywhere. And I deserve to get paid for our resources, our talent, and the tooling that we have to solve your concern, Mr. Customer. Yes, our labor is expensive, but I guarantee you it's worth it. And we back that up with our hassle-free warranty. You're going to be thrilled. Let me have your keys. I'll get your car fixed as soon as I can. So I'm pushing labor rates. I'm going to make a prediction. We're going to see independent repair shop labor rates at close to $200 in the next 2 years. And our shop in Hesperia, California is leading the charge to get it there. October 1st, we're taking our labor rate up even higher. We're doing another increase. and I have quarterly increases planned for the next 2 years to get us there.
So, did you change your labor gross margin matrix in your SMS?
Yes. So the growth, and here's to get to that point, Carm. I think we have to drive our profits from labor sales because of what's going on in the world of retailing and stuff. There's going to be continued downward pressure on our parts pricing.
I get that.
So for me,
but you went ahead, you went inside and said, listen, if the part costs me $100, you're going to have a different margin based on price, the cost of the part?
So how I came up with my labor at where it needs to be is I had an increase in tech pay. Okay. So I started offering more to my technicians because if you talk to technicians, we don't offer enough pay. And, you know, like Matt Fanslow said, we expect our techs to be smart enough to fix these cars, but dumb enough to accept our pay plan. Well, I fixed that. Okay. With that, my cost of labor went up. Mm-hmm. I'm more conservative on parts, so I'm a little bit lower than traditional 20 group models out there. And I don't want to get into very specific.
No, I get it.
But at the same time, yes, that labor rate's going up. And I believe $200 is going to be where we need to be to attract the proper talent to be able to pay these technicians $50 to $60 an hour is what they deserve. And if I was a technician who was good at diagnosing vehicles, I would want $50 an hour, just where I'm at.
We've discussed this in the past, this exact thing that you're actually implementing. Glad to hear it, Jeremy. Thank you. Hey, Todd, it was about, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. It was December 26th that we did part 2. And if you recall, you wore your Santa hat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he wore his Santa hat. Yeah, and it was great. And we talked about some holiday stuff. Now we're nearing the holiday season. You got any ideas?
You know, I was thinking back into my shop. I can't remember the exact promotion, but I remember overhearing a gentleman say, "I always wait to, at this time of year to make sure I come in to the shop because you guys have given me my turkeys my last 3 years." And so it's probably something to the effect of, if there was any work that you didn't finish up, any declined work or recommended work, if you got that done by the end of the year, maybe they give a turkey. I think one year we did Christmas trees also. So there is some ways that you can, become that. I was thinking that guy, 3 years. Well, that's got to work. So I'd hand it over to Mark. Do you have any others? Any other ones that add into that too?
We did an Easter basket thing this
nice.
year. It worked out great. It actually worked out where when people do services in, they come in, they get a pick an Easter, a little egg they have a chocolate in there and a little thing that we made. But the thing about it is that if we sold them air filters, most of them would get an air filter. So we changed it, put something else in there. The highest things we put in there was the oil service, which we put a couple in there out of 100. And of course, the winners, the customers that really didn't need that, but they kept it. And they're coming back and they're using them now. But people loved it. They asked for their egg and they got a little chocolate and a little free wipers or something like that. So it really helps. So we're going to do something like that again for Christmas and stuff like that.
You just don't know what turns people on.
Yeah. And then for Christmas, it's going to be a little different. Probably it might be a gift card to Starbucks or something like that, just a like a Visa card, something like a little more special for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Here's the thing: it doesn't cost a lot of money, and yet the memories are there, and the connection is there, the relationship is built, and I'm going to Todd's shop sometime. Maybe I'll wait till after Thanksgiving, so his Christmas thing is really kicked in, and I'm going to get that alignment done and buy those tires because I'm getting a turkey.
There we go.
Damn, you never know. Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Make it easy to do business with me, right?
Absolutely. One of the things I love is I love trigger words, trigger phrases. In your warranty, we all have great warranties, local, nationwide, 2-year, 24, 3, 36, all that stuff. But that doesn't really mean anything to the customer. What I love is a hassle-free warranty. And basically what I love saying that term hassle-free means if you have a problem, we are going to take care of you. So basically throughout our trainings, we plant these trigger words so the service advisors can actually deliver that to the customer when they're on the fence. hey, look, we have a nationwide hassle-free warranty. You made the right decision. You're at the right shop. Let's just move forward and get this thing done. And it works amazingly well. And then you got to back it up. So backing it up a little bit harder, but just remember, put the customer first. The dollars will follow.
Hassle-free.
That's it.
It's just too simple. 2 words. Wow, powerful.
So you did want to go and take care of everything right today, Carm? We'll just get it done for you.
Please. Thank you. Jeremy, can you make it hassle-free for me?
Piece of cake. We'll even deliver it back to you when we're done. How's that?
Wow. All right. Love it. Mark, I love this. Accountability cards. Tell me about it.
Well, we started, I noticed some things. I usually check most all the cars. I noticed some little things weren't 100%, like, fingerprint, something wasn't done, the clock wasn't set. So I made a card hanger, goes on the customer's car when we're done, where the technicians take accountability to make sure the dash is clean, no fingerprints, windows are done, the side mirrors are done, and then the clocks, all the stuff. They actually check it and they put their initials on it. And then I get in the car and I drive it, and I'm the last person to put my name on top of it. And customers love it. I had one lady got all excited. She came out and I took a picture with her with that card with her. She was so excited. And it's helped a lot with the cars leaving here clean without a problem. The guys get busy, they'll forget. And now they see it and they do it. So it happens. It really works good.
Hey, Carm, can you put that in the show notes if Mark sent you a copy of it?
Sure.
I'd love it. Yes, I would be more than happy, Mark. Send me, take a picture of it or scan it.
I can send it right to you, Jeremy. It's no problem at all.
All right. But
I got a question about your labor and tech thing. I mean, the part thing.
Perfect. But can we share it with all the listeners, Mark?
Yes, we can. Yeah, I can. You want me to take a picture of it or show you right now?
Something like that. Something like that would be great. And I'll put it in the show notes for people to be able to download. I'd be more than happy to do that. Hey, your customer's old engine or transmission is going to wear out. And when that day comes, Jasper will be the name to remember. Jasper's remanufactured products cost considerably less than a new vehicle, so it just makes sense to choose Jasper for your customers' drive-train solutions. Thank you, Jasper, for bringing the Town Hall Academy to the automotive aftermarket. Jeremy, I love your next tip.
Hey, I got another tip before that. With Jasper, I don't know if you guys know this, but Jasper has a wonderful estimating tool on their online catalog for shops. Service advisors can quote an engine or transmission replacement literally in under 30 seconds if they're logged into your system. So if you don't have your login, call your Jasper rep, get it, because it helps me every single day. Moving right along. Tip on my list is fire the person you know you need to remove from your organization. So look, we're building a team, and inevitably there's always somebody that needs to go. And if you're out there and you're holding on to that person, it's not going to work. They are who they are. They've shown you who they are. If you've tried to modify behavior, human behavior is one of the hardest things on this planet to change. So if you have somebody you've been holding on to, just rip the Band-Aid off and make it happen. And I know it's funny. I got a response back, a feedback form from one of our classes last week, and one of the girls said, I would be so afraid to work for him, because I get kind of intense and passionate when I talk about, the things that we're going through. But I'm a nice guy to work with as long as you do your job. But we all have people that are holding us back. So look, let that person move on to what's next in their life, and it opens up a spot for the person who could be your perfect employee to get your business to that next level. So my message, fire the person you don't need to be gone.
Thank you. Todd, I'm going to plant my tongue firmly in my cheek and said that Jeremy just said the perfect thing.
Wow. Connecting the dots there. That's pretty funny.
That was a good segue, Carl.
Yeah, that was really good. And I love these, each of these tips. We really cover so much ground, and it's really just picking we have so many between all 4 of us, really picking the best of the best there. This one comes from, I'm a old school rocker guy, so I don't hide that. I got album covers all over my office and things like that. So there's actually the bassist for the old band Quiet Riot. His name is Rudy Sarzo. And Rudy Sarzo will put little tips and stuff about music on his Facebook. But one of the things he does is he passionately posts the pets 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week, that are in the local shelter that need to be, to find a kind of forever home. And there's something about it. As I was just watching it, I would look and go, oh, he's in San Antonio, but I keep going, I wonder if I could, adopt that dog. I wonder if I could adopt that one. And not so much that you're going, oh, I wish I could adopt them all. But there's a part of it that it just made me listen to him a little bit more. And I thought, this would be a great thing of a shop. Took the local shelter and then just again kind of featured pets for adoption, and then give it the pet name some kind of a neat little automotive term too. So this is Sprocket or Wrench Getter or Nut Job. Who knows? You can have all sorts.
Sparky.
So much fun. Yeah, there you go. So Sparky, that's an excellent one. Yeah, my thoughts there.
Excellent. Let's follow that up with maybe running a contest about that idea.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's I love it when I see a shop has a pet as a mascot and they wrap that into the branding, comes out really well. But we always have to remember that's just one or two maybe for the shop. What about the customers that come into the shop? There's so many of us love our pets, like our kids or they are our kids. I've got a new puppy, Bruce, who eats everything. But he's my baby. And I would post that on Mark's, if Mark had a competition, I would be like, oh, I got to get a picture of Bruce in there. So in that really, again, we're just looking at ways to also bond with the customers in any way to build, continue building that family and that really good feel other than here's something that's 1995. So it's great. Maybe they win something that's 1995, but and then that can even be another conversation point at the counter too.
Yep. It has nothing to do with you giving me money. I love it. The ladies that come into the shop, Mark, what do you do special for them?
Well, we got fresh flowers on the counter. They seem to love it, and it's just that and of course Colleen's one. They like her much better than me, and it's just the freshness of the flowers and how she talks to them and how we meet and greet them and stuff, and that's the main thing we do. Most of our customer base is ladies now. It's mostly ladies, and it really helps where they're relaxed. They trust you. You got a clean shop, nice bathrooms, the whole thing. That's the mainly thing we do. And we don't let them, we get them where they have to go, the whole thing. It's either Uber, I drive them, or we pick up the car at their house and bring it here and bring it back if they have no time. That's what we've been doing too.
Got it. Okay. What do you think, guys? Should we do a selfie of what we're doing here?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Jeremy?
I love, it's interesting how we just tied all this together. So talking, Todd's tip about, sponsoring a pet at a week, having a contest, Mark's flowers. What we have to understand is we are in the social world now. One of the things that, you'll hear me talk about is I don't spend very much money on marketing or Freedom Auto Repair. And we're trying fringe things, but it is a social world. So my idea is selfie. Get involved. Get rid of the can post. Pictures, videos are huge. Get your staff involved. So Mark, I'm thinking, do you guys take a picture of the weekly, arrangement and have a conversation like that on Facebook? Because that could get the people that love flowers really involved in your business.
Great idea. Yeah.
Maybe you have a customer, hey, do you want to sponsor the weekly flower arrangement this week? And now you get other local businesses coming in. So this is all stuff that doesn't cost cash to do, but we tie in deeper to the grassroots community. And also, I'm thinking pets, right? Okay, somebody comes in with their dog. Yeah, give the dog a biscuit. Great. That does no marketing for you. Right. Put the dog in a car with his paws up on the steering wheel, and it's a car that you want to track. Like if I want to work on Audis, it's an Audi A4. The dog's driving the Audi. I got a picture of the Audi with the shop and the dog, and then I can tag the customer and all that. Look how this all goes viral. It's fun. I mean, your day could be spent capturing these magic moments within. We have so much content available within these walls out here, and we're neglecting it. We're paying some of these companies to do canned standard posts that are on 100 different websites. Stop the madness. Get personal. Share your story with the world and watch how it explodes your business.
It's great.
I love the passion that's coming out in this part 3. Thank you all so much. Mark, meet and greets. Talk to me about how you engage with your customers and businesses?
Well, we're getting a lot of looky-loos, and we're just inviting them. We're inviting them in the shop to talk, to see how clean the shop is and all the equipment we have. And we have a lot of people actually come in to see the shop driving home from work or something, and they really enjoy it. It's really working out. We get a lot of appointments from that. People just coming by, talking to Colleen mostly. Then we give them a little tour of the shop, and they see the equipment we have for the OEM stuff in their cars. It's not fly-by stuff, what the parts we use, and they really like it. It's working great. So it's just asking them to come in. And a lot of service writers, I don't know, Jeremy, they don't ask them. It's in our script for Colleen to ask them to come in if they're a little iffy on anything like that. And if they have time, we invite them in for coffee, snacks. We got the whole thing upstairs now, but no Red Bull. But
was it costing too much money?
I think Colleen drinks more.
That's funny.
It wasn't Red Bull in part one.
It was. Yeah. Somebody was like, "Oh, they got the good stuff in there." And
I got them all. I got them all listed in front of me here. I mean,
so that works really well. It does try. It's something new. We tried something new. It does work. It helps.
Cool. Hey, one really important thing is that when we actually put the show notes out and you go to any one of the parts, you'll be able to link to any one of the part 1, 2, or 3.
Nice.
I'll make that easy inside of the website for people to do.
It's hassle free.
It's yes, that's I live for that, Jeremy. Thank you. You had mentioned our next tip already, and I love it. And go ahead and repeat this.
So give the customer what they want without having to pick up the phone. And that's funny. The phone rings right on cue. I mean, that's just amazing how that works. But, we have one of the brightest minds in the industry, Todd Westerland, CEO of Kukui. Kukui is a company that is pushing things. They're trying things. They're developing new stuff. Todd looks at big data. They understand what consumers want. And, for me, for instance, we do a lot of, fringe stuff. We put a button on our website on Wednesday, which is book now. Click. And here's the thing. Pricing's transparent. Don't be afraid to give it out up front. And I know we have to see the car before I can give you an accurate price, Mr. Customer. Customers don't want to hear that today. Within 5 minutes, we had an appointment booked. We never talked to the customer.
Wow.
So consumers are driving things from their cell phone, mobilized. Give the customers what they want. So here's what I say. Book now appointment. Chat with us. Text with us. Get pricing transparent right online. I'm going to give you everything you want. Our reputation is going to show you that we are the best. And every 90 days, we're put to the test. And we're going to keep our ratings super high. So you didn't call the right shop. You found the right shop through whatever media. And I'm going to make it super easy. I'm going to make it hassle-free to do business with us.
Todd, I have to ask you a question. Is there a movement for chat on shop websites?
So you just have to watch the SEO factor of that. When those chat boxes pop up, you can actually bring down the conversion rate, because at the core, let's say if I chat with Jeremy on a chat, okay, depending on your skills, closing ratio could be good. If I call Jeremy and talk to him on the phone, I guarantee you I am bringing my car in, because he can hear my voice. He can hear my stress. He can hear certain things that you can't get through chat. So there's a little bit more in that, although some people just want to chat. They're almost scared to kind of call, because Jeremy will be so good and get you into the shop. So it's kind of have this noise. So you gotta every shop's a little different, and you gotta kind of work with your whole process there.
Maybe we should do a show on on that customer interaction with the websites and stuff. That would be
I'm in on that one.
All right, okay, guys, just send.
Let's do part 4.
Yeah, really good. Well, thank you for that. Real interesting. Mark, counter displays.
Well, it helps a lot, especially when the customers come in and they need a timing belt. Great job. We have these little displays we can show them, and they can touch it themselves. It really works good. We show them why we want to replace the water pump. They go, "Why are we water pumping?" So the belt goes around the water pump, and they go, "Oh, that's why." I said, "I guarantee you, we'll do a timing belt next month. Your water pump's going to leak. I guarantee you that." And they go, "Okay, we might as well do it." You show them how much it saves them, so you have to take the job apart again. It really helps when you show the customer. you know, and all these digital things they have nowadays, and you have a video on, people see it when you send it to them. They did a great job. They want to understand that. It really works out good. I get a lot of compliments on our digital stuff, especially
Cool.
to the players on the counter.
Cool.
Really great.
Thank you for that. Well, it's the season. He's at the 5, he's at the 10, he's at the 15, he's at the 20. Todd, any idea on how to bring sports into the picture?
You know, I think we've talked a lot about social media, and like Jeremy was saying, watch the canned content and too many. I watched 3,000 Facebook shops through my Facebook. And so if somebody has one canned content wiper blade promotion, I'll see it come through my Facebook feed like 200 times. Like, oh, okay. So in watching that can be a benefit, not saying that completely throw that out. But if you're not having some custom content in there, I think that's very important too. But also don't overdo it. Sometimes there'll be this page of stuff in there. What you're looking at is bond with your customer and just be a resource. And you don't have to go over the top. So let's just say we put the sports scores in there. Okay. I love how, Greg Buckley and what was it, the Jets, Eagles? I'm just being messing with him. He's going nuts. Just threw things at the screen. Raiders, what was it? Just put the scores of the football game. Just win or lose. That's it. Here was just a score. And sometimes as I'm going through my day, maybe I'm looking at social media and I don't have time to read a news report, or I don't have time to look at that, but I see that score in there. It becomes a resource. You're just at this nice intuitive benefit. Could do baseball, hockey, to whatever you bond with. What's the culture of the shop? Carm, you're on mute.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Greg posted in the Eagles game about the last minute or two win, and it's his team, and of course Super Bowl champs, and he was sweating that one out, and it was a simple but yet very, I believe, effective post.
Mm-hmm.
Great idea. Jeremy, partnerships.
Yeah, we're really seeing this blossom, and I think as an independent repair shop owner, wherever I can capture large volume of business, I want to partner with some of those companies. So, for instance, the one that's just emerged is Repair Pal Certified Shops. Repair Pal went out and built this wonderful relationship with CarMax, and now we have a resource of cars who need service. So CarMax is a huge organization. For me to go knock on their door individually as an individual shop owner probably wouldn't happen. So what I'm doing is looking at how do I connect with some of these larger companies. And I think as the autonomous car comes online and car ownership changes, and we have to be able to follow the ownership of the car, who owns the asset. And if the manufacturers, how do I get in and partner? So I'm looking at partnerships and what larger companies can I connect my shop with as an individual repair shop owner to get large amounts of business. Now, I don't need, if I get 3 or 4 cars per week from 5 strategic partners, oh my gosh, that's a huge boon to my car count. Our car count's 160 a month right now. So that's business that will come in. And if it has a double arrow, I'm going to follow that all day long. So I would just keep my eyes open to starting to develop partnerships with key strategic alliances that can drive you large amounts of business.
I wrote down think national with local impact.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Like that.
Todd.
That was such a great segue into partnerships and things too. It's really somebody who runs the show really knows how to put things in line and tee it up perfectly. So A+ there. I know this isn't for everybody, and again, we always have to look at each individual shop, your area, your city, your state, work on all the different things. But I have seen a couple different groups that get together, different shops. And I was thinking get together with 4 other shops in a 9 to 15 mile radius and pool your resources so that you either do some co-marketing or even do maybe bigger car shows or things like that. I'll see somebody do a car show, and it's really generally just them. So if we could do something where there was 4 people, that obviously would be a lot bigger. In Arizona, there's a group, I think there are about 25 plus shops. Dallas, Texas, northern Dallas, Texas, I work with a group that has, I think they have 6 shops. So they do their individual marketing, but they're spaced out enough so they're not stepping on each other's toes. If the consumer happens to move, hey, we have one shop that's within our network that we can kind of, if the shop or if the car happens to break down, that's 3 cities over, they seem to have that covered. So there is a way. Pleasanton, California, I have 4 Kukui shops there. One is a domestic shop, one is a European shop, one is a more Hondas and Toyotas, and they seem to work really well together. But I mean, again, there's a clear line. The domestic shop, only domestic. European shop, only European. So again, not for everybody, but it may be something to look into. So
that's a great idea. And it's time to, it's necessary that we start doing more of this. We as independents have to stick together. And it's going to be a very tough haul against the big box retailers. And there's no reason why we can't be working together more and be open to it and get our egos off the shelf and embrace each other. I don't believe that the shop down the road's competition. I think there's enough for everyone. I think we can help each other grow a much bigger, better, stronger independent aftermarket. Thank you for that, allowing me to get up on my soapbox for a minute. Todd, one more thing here about networking.
Networking is a really, really powerful, tool to really dive into, and we could do a whole show on that. But kind of in Kukui, everybody who sells for Kukui, we go through a class and we really dive into networking. So if you think about it, I can call the shop, okay? But every single shop, if we think of every shop, there is a parts person that goes in, there's a uniform person, there's a oil person that goes, into that shop. There might be technology, all sorts of different people that are what we call power partners. They are talking to a large group of something you would be interested in getting in front of. So there is a lot of groups out there. Jeremy was just outlining that. It was again, perfect tee up. If we think of there's B&I groups out there, that Business International, there's different ones in every city. I was watching Dave Toole's post, and Dave has post his B&I group every single week, and he's got somebody in insurance, a real estate broker, somebody in mortgage. You could have somebody in dental, all of those things. And by literally having that network of folks, he's able to get out in front a lot more potential customers and vice versa. So working on your network is huge to complement all the other components. Don't be scared of it. Go join one of the groups, and you'll have a good time. You really will.
Great point. BNI is the world's largest referral network. So why would the dentist be in that? Because he needs teeth. Why would the roofer be there? Because he needs houses. Why would Dave be there? Because he needs cars.
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
And there's no doubt that they can all learn from each other too. Great point. Thank you so much for that. That was the 21st tip.
Oof.
But we have bonuses. Always have bonuses. But before we go into our bonuses, why purchase a Jasper quality remanufactured product? Well, it's their people. A Jasper associate is dedicated to high quality customer service, committed to excellence, professional, and has pride of ownership in a 100% associate-owned company. Visit the plant whenever you get a chance, because I know the sales reps are out there always pulling tours together. So never forget that. Well, thank you again for Jasper. Now, let's do 22, okay? Tip 22 bonus. Mark?
Refresh me, guys. I left the papers on my desk. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mark, it's the women's how-to classes.
Oh, that's our first one. That's right. We sent a mass email out and put it on Facebook, and we're sharing it with all our friends and everything, and we're getting a lot of responses. And we ask them what they want to learn, what they want to know, and we're getting back where families have new drivers coming in, and they want to know how to change the tire and check oil, and we're going to do all that for them. The whole crew is going to be here on a Saturday. We're going to, have a little feeding for them, and then so far we've got, we just started. We just send this mass mailing out, and so far I've gotten 8 back, or 10, 2 more today, and 7's been yes, 3 have been no. I know everything, but that's good. We're going to do 3 more and see if I want to get at least 10 before I do all this. That's our first one. You never know on the first one. And we'll just have a Saturday, and we'll have it in the morning until noon, and then have a little luncheon for them or something, and then and see what they can do. We have every car will have a hoist on, they can play with it.
Did you say you had 7?
7 yeses so far. Yes.
I would do it no matter.
Really?
I would still do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why? You got to get one under your belt, because 7 gets you 10, 10 gets you 12, 13. You got to be able to go out and tell people, wow, we had a great turnout. We had 7 great customers here. And I love it. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. The whole idea, I'm hoping that just to bring their customers bring their friends too, their kids, and show everything. Then they'll tell their parents, just I hope it expands that way. The day is to hope we make some appointments for the next week or something like that.
Thank you, Mark. We've done a lot of shows, or at least a lot of service professionals have come on the show and talked about women's car care clinics and those kinds. So just go to the website, type in Women's Car Care Clinic. I'm sure a bunch of episodes will come up, but I also want to give kudos to Patrick McHugh. When I interviewed him a while back, he talked about middle school automotive STEM classes. And he just goes to his customers and says, listen, I'm holding a middle school a STEM class on the automobile, because that's a computer running on wheels, you see, and there's a lot of high tech to teach kids that. And he asks the parents to find someone for the middle school. It's their child or a friend, and they do the recruiting for him, and they come on this certain date, and they come in, and he absolutely has a blast exciting our youth. And, let's go back to the technician shortage. Let's go back to the real grassroots effort. The real grassroots effort is, kind of it starts in high school, but I really believe it starts in middle school. And so thank you, and hats off to Patrick on that. Where do you get an outline and a PowerPoint for that? You don't. You just, in your gut, feel for a couple of hours, what am I going to talk to these children, these middle schoolers, these kids about, and it'll just flow. I don't think don't let content be a barrier. Just do it. Just let one of your texts do it.
I would text them. I wouldn't try to talk to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm joking. My whole presentation would be via text, not talk.
Oh, right. Because that's I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
You kind of.
I should have texted you that response, Carmen.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, you should have. 90% of people open up texts, except for Jeremy. I don't open his.
Not when I'm on with you. I'm paying attention when I'm on with you. Come on, I don't move like that.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for that. We have 2 more bonus tips. Mark, I'm going to give you this next one.
Okay. I got it. I got my employees all nice jackets, not cheap ones. These are really nice. I spent a lot of money on them. The guys look great, and my good employees that stay with me a long time. But when they go out when it's cold, they got this really nice jacket with our logo on it. People actually, they remark about our logo on our jackets, and they look at this really nice jacket, and especially when they're out in the public, and it's kind of a nice feeling, and employees like it, and it's one thing. Colleen, she's the one who brought that up too, to do that, and she looks good in the jacket, and she has no problem going out and advertising our business with that jacket on. It really helps a lot. People really like it. And the customers really, they talk about them too. Pretty nice.
We have had a ton. Thank you for that, Mark. We've had a ton of chatter in the chat box here on Zoom. Some of these are fabulous. I wish we could get to them and talk about all of them. What I will attempt to do, I think I turned on a feature in Zoom that I could capture these chats and then bring them up into the show notes page. Even though the panel may not have answers for you, I think we could we could maybe do something with them. And I do appreciate the great response that we've had on Zoom, and I'm sure on Facebook. One final bonus here. By the way, before we do that one final bonus, I want to thank Todd Westerlin, CEO of Kukui, Jeremy O'Neill from Freedom Automotive, Hesperia, California, and president of Advisor Fix, and Mark Goldsmith, Mark's Independent Service, Chatsworth, California. How could it be cold? The guys who have to wear the jacket when they go out when it's cold. Let me see. Chatsworth, California, Buffalo, New York. You don't know what cold is. Maybe when it's chilly, they have to wear the nice jacket. Todd, I'll give you the final word, our final bonus.
You know, I was thinking on this while I was sitting here, and I thought, Carm, it's always about being sharp on your toes. I got a great one. So, you know, our last tip from all of us to you guys out there is there's over 63 tips. So watch all 3 episodes and go and implement those. There will be huge benefits. So to go a step further, the first person that documents either by video or pictures and does 60 of these tips, and you send it to Carm, I will send you a $1,000 check from Kukui. Got to do 60. There's a couple in there I was looking at going, well, maybe I think that's fair. But you go do, if you got jackets right now, Mark just said, I know shops out there, that's 1 down, okay? You're in a BNI group, 2 down, go.
I love it. Wow. How generous. And you know what? It's genuine. And I think it's coming from all of our hearts to go out and say, change or be changed. Implement or get out. Be proactive, not reactive. Take the list, check it down, and you'll be better for it.
Yeah.
Wow. And you could go to the website, go to every one of the show notes pages, copy, clip, cut, and paste, put it into a great document, and start working it. So the first one that documents 60 of the tips that we've talked about in the last 3 episodes will get $1,000 from Todd Westerlin and Kukui. Wow. Well, show me the money.
Well, it was one of our tips back there. I was looking at it. I said, well, how could we get them to do that? And then I thought, you know what? Somebody may be 40 of those tips through. And they go, just a little bit of work? Hey, I'll take that $1,000. Sure. It's going to be great for the shop. And you know what? We should do a show and talk to that shop.
Yes, we should. We'll plan on doing that. We'll get that person on and we'll talk about how they implemented the tips. Great follow-up. I love it. This is what I do for a living. Embrace, engage, build community. I love it. Hey, thank you all for being here, and have a wonderful weekend. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Carm. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. You too. Thanks, Todd.